Sagittarius, be very careful with November 30th, 2025. Radical changes are coming. Sagittarius, something extraordinary is forming in the unseen right now. An invisible alignment preparing to reveal itself on November 30th. The universe isn't planning to punish you. It's planning to awaken you. It's preparing a moment so clear, so undeniable, that it will feel like looking into a mirror and finally seeing your real reflection for the first time in years. For too long, you've scattered your fire in places that never reflected your magnitude, dimming your brilliance so others could stay comfortable. But the spiritual bill for self-betrayal is coming due, not as punishment but as liberation. You may already sense it. A subtle restlessness and irritation with anything that feels false or small. That's not chaos. It's your higher self warning you that your current story no longer fits. November 30th will not be gentle, but it will be sacred. It's the point where comfort ends and destiny begins, where the masks fall away and the real you steps forward, unfiltered and unafraid. If this message resonates somewhere deep in your chest, take a breath and ground yourself. Like, share, and subscribe not out of routine but as a conscious act of readiness. This is your signal to prepare. The fire of Sagittarius is about to reclaim its throne. Gate 1, the audit of the soul and the call for authenticity. Sagittarius, November 30th will not arrive as an ordinary day. It will come as a mirror held up by the universe, one that reflects not just who you are, but who you were meant to become. For years, you've been running on the momentum of promises you made to others. To be reliable, kind, understanding, adaptable. You've adjusted yourself endlessly to fit into systems, workplaces, and relationships that quietly drained the life out of you. You've convinced yourself that keeping the peace was noble, even when it meant silencing your own truth. But the universe never forgets authenticity. It records every time you settle for less than you were created for. And as the cosmic year closes, this divine ledger will open, not to punish you but to awaken you. This audit won't come in the form of punishment or loss. It will arrive through clarity, a sudden knowing that certain roles, identities, or ambitions you've been carrying no longer belong to you. Maybe you'll wake up one morning with a heaviness in your chest, realizing you can't keep pretending to be satisfied. Or perhaps you'll feel an inner revolt against the polite conversations and mechanical routines that once kept you safe. Whatever form it takes, you'll know it immediately. Your soul has started its rebellion. Sagittarius, you were never meant to live a domesticated life. You were born under a sign ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion, wisdom, and divine justice. When you suppress your magnitude, the universe intervenes. It cannot allow a vessel designed for freedom to remain confined. So when this energy rises on November 30th, expect to be confronted with the truth of where you've been playing small. The friend you keep out of guilt. The job you endure out of fear. The environment where your light is tolerated but never celebrated. Each of these will surface for review. And make no mistake, this process will feel both uncomfortable and exhilarating. Because Sagittarius doesn't fear truth, but you do fear the consequences of it. You fear what will collapse once you speak what's real. You fear who might leave once you stop performing. You fear that the version of you who tells the truth will be too much for the world. But here's the cosmic secret. Every time you avoid truth to keep something, you lose the very essence that could have created something greater. The universe is done watching you bargain with your own potential. It's tired of seeing you diminish your voice to be understood by those who have no intention of listening. It's tired of watching you hide your brilliance behind modesty that isn't humility. It's fear disguised as virtue. And so November 30th brings what can only be described as a spiritual reckoning. A confrontation with your own greatness. Perhaps you've already felt the signs, strange synchronicities, recurring numbers, sudden bursts of emotion, dreams that feel like warnings. These are not coincidences. They're notifications from the divine reminding you that your time of pretending is over. You cannot keep betraying yourself and expect peace to remain. Every time you swallow your truth, you poison your spirit. Every time you say yes when you mean no, you fracture your integrity. And the universe, in its mercy, will not let you continue that way. Sagittarius, your essence was never meant to blend in. You are the seeker, the philosopher, the torchbearer of divine expansion. But lately, you've mistaken adaptability for wisdom. You've learned to conform, to smile when exhausted, to soften your edges so others won't feel insecure in your presence. You've become fluent in self-compromise. And while the world may call this maturity, your soul calls it betrayal. The bill you will face on November 30th is not a penalty, it's a revelation. It's the universe saying, look at all the spaces where you've given your light and received shadows in return. Look at how you've paid for belonging with your authenticity. And the question it will ask is simple: are you willing to stop? Are you ready to withdraw your energy from everything that doesn't recognize its worth? Because that's the only payment the universe requires, your decision to stop living as less than who you are. The process may begin with a loss, a friendship ending, a project failing, a plan collapsing. But these are not endings. They are exits for what was never aligned. Every Sagittarius experiences a moment like this once in their lifetime, the Great Correction. It's when the truth becomes too loud to ignore, and the false structures that confined you begin to crumble. It's terrifying, yes, but it's also holy. Because on the other side of that collapse, freedom waits. You might wonder, why now? Why this sudden urgency? Because you've reached the end of the cycle of pretending. The masks that once protected you have become cages. The roles that once earned you love have become burdens. The identities that once gave you stability now suffocate your expansion. And the soul of Sagittarius will not tolerate stagnation any longer. So as the last days of November draw near, prepare yourself. Not with fear, but with reverence. Reflect on where your energy has been spent without return. Journal the moments when you've said, I'm fine, knowing you were not. Notice where you feel irritation when you play small, where your patience has become resentment, where your passion has turned into numbness. These are not flaws. They are sacred symptoms of awakening. They are your soul's way of saying, no more. And when November 30th arrives, Sagittarius, do not resist. The universe will give you choices that feel like ultimatums. Do you stay where it's safe? Or do you leap where your spirit feels alive? Do you keep pleasing the world? Or do you start honoring yourself? Every decision that day will be an act of alignment or avoidance. And the direction you choose will determine the energy of your entire next year. But here's the promise. If you choose authenticity, even once, the momentum will carry you forward like a current. The courage of a single honest choice can shift the trajectory of your entire destiny. That is the power of Sagittarius, to turn revelation into revolution. So don't fear the audit. Welcome it. Because it's not coming to destroy you. It's coming to deliver you. The universe is not taking something from you. It's returning you to yourself. And when that happens, when the false layers peel away and your fire rises unfiltered for the first time in years, you will feel something profound. Peace. Not the peace of quiet, but the peace of truth. And that peace, Sagittarius, is priceless. Gate 2, the radical change. When the universe forces alignment. Sagittarius, the energy gathering around November 30th is not gentle. It is precise, surgical, uncompromising. It's the kind of cosmic force that doesn't ask for your permission. It acts in accordance with the law of truth. For months, perhaps even years, life has been sending you subtle signals. Dissatisfaction disguised as routine, fatigue that no amount of rest can heal, the quiet whisper of something's not right. You've ignored them, explained them away, or called them normal. But they were never random symptoms, they were early warnings from your soul. And now the whisper becomes thunder. This radical change won't appear as a single event. It will appear as a series of undeniable truths. You might wake up one day realizing you can't continue the job that drains your spirit. You might finally see that a relationship built on convenience rather than connection cannot survive another season. You might discover that your old dreams no longer excite you because they were built on who you thought you were supposed to be, not who you actually are. The universe doesn't destroy your comfort to punish you. It dismantles illusions that keep you from growing. Sagittarius, this is the divine paradox. You've prayed for expansion, and now the universe answers by breaking the walls that confined you. The very changes you will fear at first are the ones you once secretly asked for in your moments of truth. But expansion always demands surrender, not the kind that feels passive, but the kind that requires courage to stop fighting what is already destined. On November 30th, the illusion of control will begin to unravel. Everything false will start to fall away, not because you failed, but because your energy no longer vibrates at that frequency. The job, the friendship, the self-image, the belief, each one will reach its natural expiration. And when it does, your first instinct may be panic. You'll try to fix, to negotiate, to cling. But Sagittarius, understand this. What's falling away is not being taken from you. It's being released through you. You are shedding outdated versions of yourself, the one who thought humility meant hiding, the one who believed safety required self-denial, the one who mistook people-pleasing for love. These identities served their purpose. They helped you survive a world that wasn't yet ready for your truth. But now the universe is saying, survival is no longer enough. It's time to live. The force behind this radical change is bigger than circumstance. It's spiritual law. Sagittarius energy lives under the principle of divine justice. Jupiter's watchful eye ensures that nothing false can last once awareness dawns. So when you see sudden endings or unexpected upheavals, don't ask, why me? Ask instead, what truth is this revealing? Because the universe never subtracts without preparing to multiply. You'll begin to notice patterns collapsing, repetitive lessons that used to replay like karmic loops suddenly ending mid-scene. The toxic dynamic that always pulled you back loses its grip. The opportunity that used to vanish reappears, but now in its authentic form. This is what happens when you stop betraying yourself. Reality recalibrates. Still, Sagittarius, you must be careful. Not in fear, but in awareness. The caution for November 30th is this. Do not resist what is being removed. Resistance will make the process violent. Acceptance will make it sacred. When you cling to old forms, you block the flow of the new. The universe is trying to move you from stagnation to momentum, from compromise to creation. But you must let go of your illusion of safety. Remember, you can't enter your next chapter holding on to everything from the last one. The bridge between the two is narrow. You can only carry what's true. This radical change may also trigger what I call the emotional purge, moments of intense irritation, sudden tears, or unexplained anger. Don't suppress it. That irritation is your soul detoxing from years of quiet compliance. It's the release of energy you've spent tolerating the intolerable. When you feel it rise, breathe through it. Write, move, cry. Don't label it as negativity. It's purification. The storm is not punishment. It's renewal. And yes, Sagittarius, some people will fall away. Those who were comfortable with your smaller self will not understand this new version of you. They'll say you've changed. They'll call you distant, arrogant, unpredictable. But that's only because they benefited from your silence. The truth is, they never loved your authenticity. They loved your compliance. Let their misunderstanding be your liberation. The universe has a rule. When your vibration rises, the room empties before it fills again. Don't mistake the silence that follows for loneliness. It's spaciousness. It's the room your destiny needs to enter. Around this time, pay attention to your intuition. It will sharpen into near clairvoyance. You'll sense things before they happen. Feel when someone's words don't match their energy. Know instinctively when it's time to walk away or step forward. Don't doubt these insights. Sagittarius energy is deeply prophetic. Ruled by fire and faith, you are naturally tuned to divine truth. This awakening will amplify that gift. And with it comes responsibility. You will no longer be able to lie to yourself. You will no longer be able to pretend you don't know. The veil will drop, and your excuses will no longer comfort you. Radical change demands radical honesty. You'll see where your energy leaks, where your boundaries blur, where your dreams have been placed on hold. And the universe will ask you one question. Now that you see it, what will you do with it? The answer will determine everything. Because on the other side of November 30th lies a new architecture of your life, one built not on fear but on alignment. If you cooperate with this transformation, what begins as upheaval will quickly become creation. New people, new opportunities, new callings will emerge like stars appearing one by one after a storm. But if you resist, if you cling to comfort out of fear, the universe will have no choice but to remove what you refuse to release. So prepare now. Simplify. Cleanse your energy. Spend time alone. Reconnect with your spiritual practice. Don't wait for November 30th to start changing. Meet the energy halfway. The smoother your inner landscape, the gentler the external shift will be. Sagittarius, remember, radical change is not destruction. It's correction. It's the universe rewriting your life into a version that finally matches your true vibration. It's your higher self taking command after years of compromise. When it happens, breathe. When things fall apart, bless them. When truth exposes what was false, say thank you. Because behind every ending you'll find an invitation to rise, to expand, to finally live the way your soul has always wanted to. Gate 3: the rebellion of the spirit and the unmasking of true power. Sagittarius, every revolution begins the same way, with irritation. Not against others but against falseness. You begin to notice how heavy certain conversations feel, how lifeless certain goals sound, how empty certain smiles have become. You start realizing that the reason you're restless isn't because something is missing, but because something inside you is suffocating. That something is your spirit. It has been forced to adapt, to perform, to tolerate, until its wildness turned into silence. But silence was never your nature. You are ruled by fire, not the flickering kind that warms, but the cosmic kind that illuminates. And when fire is denied oxygen, it doesn't die, it builds pressure. That's what November 30th is about, the eruption of authenticity that can no longer be contained. For months, your intuition has been whispering, "You're meant for more." But you kept responding, "Not yet. It's not the right time. I can't afford to change everything now." Sagittarius, that inner voice was not a suggestion. It was a divine command. You are not being asked to improve your life, you are being called to transform it. The universe will no longer tolerate your half-truths. On November 30th, that quiet spiritual irritation will become rebellion. You'll begin to see exactly where you've surrendered your power under the disguise of love or loyalty. Perhaps you've carried relationships that thrived only as long as you were the giver. You've been the motivator, the listener, the healer. But when it was your turn to be supported, silence. Or maybe you've stayed in jobs where you poured your brilliance into systems that barely recognized you, convincing yourself that humility meant acceptance. But humility without boundaries becomes self-erasure. And Sagittarius, your spirit was not born to be erased. When this rebellion starts, it will feel like chaos. You might find yourself questioning everything: your work, your relationships, even your purpose. You'll crave solitude, silence, movement. You'll feel a need to break routine, to change your surroundings, to reclaim your time. These are not signs of confusion. They are birth pains of authenticity. The spirit doesn't ask for permission to be born again. It demands it. This phase will expose a truth many fear to face. You were never too much. The spaces you occupied were too small. For years you've been asking yourself, why can't they understand me? Why do I always feel slightly out of place? The answer is that your frequency was never meant to fit. You are the sign of expansion, of eternal growth. When you stop evolving, your energy starts rebelling. And that rebellion will be the force that frees you. As you move through this awakening, pay attention to the people who remain calm around your fire. They are your tribe. They won't compete with your light. They'll reflect it. But those who were comfortable only when you were dim will start to show discomfort. They'll accuse you of changing, of being distant, of thinking you're better. Don't waste your energy defending your evolution. People who love your potential but fear your power cannot stay in your orbit forever. Their exit is divine alignment, not loss. You'll also discover a shocking truth. You've unconsciously sabotaged opportunities because they required you to shine brighter than you felt safe being. You turned down offers, hesitated at doors, played it humble when you should have claimed your space. You told yourself you were protecting your peace, but what you were protecting was your fear of exposure. Sagittarius, the world cannot meet the real you until you're willing to be seen. Visibility isn't vanity, it's purpose in motion. The rebellion of the spirit will also awaken forgotten gifts. Your intuition will become sharper, your creativity bolder, your ability to manifest almost instantaneous. But this power won't come from forcing or chasing. It will come from alignment. When your soul no longer wastes energy pretending, all that fire returns to creation. That's why your manifestation speed will accelerate after November 30th. Not because you're luckier, but because you're finally authentic. But there's something else this phase will reveal. A truth about the relationship between your power and your compassion. For so long, you've associated dominance with danger because you've seen others abuse it. You've mistaken leadership for ego, authority for arrogance. And because your heart is good, you tried to stay small so you'd never become what you feared. But Sagittarius, divine power doesn't corrupt, false power does. The kind built on insecurity, competition, and greed. The power rising in you is sacred. It's the kind that uplifts, inspires, and protects. So when you start noticing the world responding to you differently, people paying attention when you speak, opportunities following your intention, synchronicities aligning in your favor, don't shrink. Don't apologize. Don't dismiss it as coincidence. This is what happens when divine power returns home. You are simply becoming who you were always meant to be. Yet with great power comes new responsibility, emotional integrity. You must use this influence with clarity, never manipulation. Speak truth, not superiority. Lead with example, not control. Sagittarius energy was designed to ignite others, not to dominate them. When your actions flow from truth, your influence becomes healing rather than intimidating. In practical terms, expect your life to rearrange itself rapidly. Within weeks, you may see an unexpected opportunity, a chance to move, change direction, or finally launch something that's been in your heart for years. You may feel pulled toward creative or spiritual pursuits that once felt distant dreams. Follow the impulse. The rebellion isn't destruction, it's direction. Emotionally, you'll feel lighter as soon as you stop resisting your own expansion. That persistent anxiety, that background fatigue, it was never about stress. It was about suppression. Once you stop pretending, the exhaustion fades like fog under sunlight. The energy that returns to you will surprise you. But perhaps the most beautiful part of this rebellion is how it reconnects you to joy. For too long, you've associated growth with struggle. You've believed that anything valuable must be hard-won. November 30th breaks that illusion. When you align with truth, joy becomes your default state. You'll laugh more, move more freely, and make decisions from inspiration rather than obligation. Sagittarius, the rebellion of your spirit is not a crisis. It's a coronation. It's your soul crowning itself after years of captivity. Let the fire rise. Let it burn through every false identity until only essence remains. Because once your spirit stands unmasked, the universe can finally align the life that matches your frequency, the one you were always meant to live. This rebellion will not destroy your life. It will rebuild it in your image. And when you look back, you'll realize the universe never took anything from you. It only removed what could no longer stand next to your truth. Gate for the point of no return. Life after the transformation. Sagittarius, there comes a day when pretending is no longer possible. When your body, your intuition, and your circumstances conspire to drag you into truth whether you feel ready or not. That day is November 30th, and it will mark the line between the life you've known and the one that's waiting to begin. This isn't a warning, it's a preparation, because after this shift you cannot go back. The mask you've been wearing will feel too heavy, the scripts too rehearsed, the roles too limiting. Authenticity will no longer be a choice, it will be survival. At first, this transformation may appear chaotic. You might feel as though your life is unraveling thread by thread. Conversations changing tone, plans falling through, relationships revealing their true foundations. But don't panic. You are not being punished. You are being rewritten. The universe has heard the silent prayers you made in moments of exhaustion. Please let something change. Please let me feel alive again. November 30th is the answer. But divine answers rarely come in gentle packaging. They come as earthquakes that rebuild the ground beneath your feet. This period of radical change will affect every area of your life because it's not external. It's energetic. Once you stop resonating with limitation can no longer stay. You'll start to see clearly how much of your old reality was sustained by your willingness to shrink. Certain dynamics will dissolve overnight. The job that once felt stable will suddenly feel unbearable. The friendship that used to comfort you will begin to feel one-sided. The project you once believed in will no longer carry the same spark. It will feel like loss, but it's actually the universe clearing space for expansion. Sagittarius, I need you to remember something vital. Chaos is only confusion to those who've forgotten their direction. You, however, are ruled by Jupiter, the cosmic compass of wisdom. Even when the road curves unexpectedly, you're being guided toward truth. So when November's energy begins to shift everything around you, don't resist it. Anchor into your fire. Say to yourself, I am not losing control. I am aligning with destiny. What's ending now was never meant to stay forever. It served its role. It taught you patience, compassion, resilience. But now it's time for mastery. And mastery doesn't come from comfort. It comes from expansion. The Sagittarius soul cannot thrive in repetition. You were born to chase horizons, to turn endings into beginnings, to alchemize fear into faith. This is why the universe is calling you higher. Yet as with every awakening, not everyone around you will understand. Some will try to hold you in your old vibration. They'll say you're changing too fast, that you're unstable, that you're taking unnecessary risks. But their words are not truth. They're projection. They fear what your transformation reminds them of, their own unfulfilled potential. You do not owe anyone the comfort of your stagnation. You owe yourself the liberation of becoming. Still, the loneliness of growth is real. In the first few weeks after the shift, you might feel disoriented, as though the world has gone quiet. The old voices that once guided you will fade, but the new ones have yet to appear. This silence isn't absence. It's recalibration. It's the universe fine-tuning your frequency so that when your new allies, opportunities, and callings arrive, you'll recognize them instantly. Trust this void. It is holy. During this time, you'll begin to rediscover your natural rhythm. Your decisions will come faster, your confidence steadier, your intuition louder. You'll find yourself saying no without guilt, yes without hesitation. You'll start dressing differently, speaking differently, moving differently. It won't be forced. It will be instinctive, as if your body has finally remembered the choreography of your true identity. And as this happens, your environment will mirror your transformation. People will treat you differently, not because they've changed, but because your energy commands a new level of respect. One of the most profound realizations you'll have after November 30th is how easy life becomes when you stop betraying yourself. The universe stops sending warnings because you're finally listening. Opportunities will begin to flow with grace. You'll attract collaborations, love, and recognition effortlessly. This isn't luck, it's resonance. You've stepped into the timeline where everything aligns with your truth. But here's the deeper miracle. You'll realize that even the pain had purpose. Every disappointment, every false start, every heartbreak was a rehearsal for authenticity. You couldn't have arrived here without them. The versions of you that once felt like failures were actually guardians, protecting you from paths that would have led you further from your destiny. When this realization lands, gratitude will replace regret. And that's when peace arrives, not as a reward, but as a natural byproduct of coherence. Because when you're no longer divided between who you are and who you pretend to be, life stops feeling like a battle. The Sagittarius fire that once burned wildly becomes steady, luminous, creative. You'll feel lighter, freer, more open to love. You'll begin to trust again. Not in outcomes, but in your own alignment. That's real freedom. Sagittarius, understand this clearly. After November 30th, there will be no going back to half-lived versions of life. The threshold you're crossing is final. You're leaving behind a dimension of compromise and entering a realm of creation. From now on, the energy you emit will manifest quickly. The company you keep will mirror your frequency, and the opportunities you attract will match your self-worth. That's why the universe is cleansing your field so thoroughly. It's making sure that only truth can survive in your orbit. So be mindful in the days leading up to this date. Keep your energy clean emotionally, physically, spiritually. Avoid gossip, clutter, drama, and anything that dilutes your vibration. Eat simply. Rest deeply. Spend time under the sky. Let the open horizon remind you that no storm lasts forever. The more centered you are, the easier this transition will feel. When the moment arrives, surrender. Let what wants to leave, leave. Let what wants to stay, stay. You won't need to chase anything that's truly yours. Sagittarius doesn't need to beg for belonging. You create belonging wherever you go. Your light is not situational. It's elemental. And when the dust settles, when the structures fall and the silence deepens, you'll look around and feel something unexpected. Peace. Not relief that it's over, but awe that it ever began. Because the person you'll see in the mirror after November 30th will not be the seeker you once were. You'll be the embodiment of the truth you've been searching for all along. This is your point of no return, not a loss but a rebirth. The universe isn't asking you to survive the change. It's asking you to embody it. And once you do, Sagittarius, the world will never look the same again. Because from that day forward, you won't just live in alignment with destiny, you will become it. Conclusion: the quiet after the fire. Take a slow breath, Sagittarius. Feel that calm pulsing beneath the noise? That's not emptiness, that's truth. The storm you've walked through was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to strip away everything that was false. What's left now is pure, undeniable essence. You've reached the part of the journey where the fire no longer burns to cleanse. It burns to illuminate. November 30th wasn't a deadline. It was a doorway, and by walking through it, you've crossed into a new dimension of self-trust. You've learned that radical change doesn't ask for perfection. It asks for honesty. You've discovered that the moment you stop pretending, the universe stops testing. Because once you stand in full alignment, there's nothing left to prove. Only life left to live. In the stillness that follows, you'll feel something sacred awaken. The rhythm of peace. Not the fragile peace of everything going right, but the steady one that comes from knowing who you are. From here, the path will unfold naturally. The people meant for you will find you. The work meant for you will call your name. The future you once chased will begin chasing you. So pause here, Sagittarius, and whisper a quiet thank you. To the version of you that endured, to the one that leapt, and to the one now standing reborn. If this message resonated, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Not as a routine, but as a ritual of alignment. Because every time you say yes to your truth, you send a signal to the universe that you're ready for more. And this time, Sagittarius, more doesn't mean chaos, it means destiny fulfilled.